Well, everyone, something crazy just happened the other day, and this probably will incline me to recommend skipping another entire generation of iPhones. Although, it's kind of a mixed bag. If you currently own them, then go for it. But specifically with the iPhone 12 series, it looks like there was a new data leak, hardware issue that just, happened that I talked about yesterday. And essentially what it is that there is a hardware defect for a ton of different Apple devices, but specifically this paper that I will leave linked down in the description, I actually mentioned devices with an Apple A14 Bionic chip inside. So with this specific data memory dependent prefetch leak, whatever it is, essentially it is a hardware defect, meaning Apple can't go, from what I understand, they can't really go and patch this via software. They may be able to. Apple has some of the smartest people working for them, so if anybody can figure it out, it's probably them. But there may be some sort of recall, at least that's what I would imagine, some sort of recall or some sort of, service repair program that they're going to make for these specific devices. And I do think that's probably going to end up happening. So within the specific paper, they mention, the A14 chip M1 and M1 Max, devices will have some sort of problem like this, which is essentially a data memory leak. Now, they do mention right now that it's not that bad right now, but they have not demonstrated any end-to-end exploits with this specific technique, and it looks like only pointers can be leaked. But that doesn't necessarily mean that something in the future can't already happen. So what I would recommend doing is, just kind of be wary. I already kind of didn't, recommend the iPhone 12 to a ton of people anyway. Really, any of the iPhone 12s. I use the iPhone 12 Pro for quite a bit of time, and I still use it for some videos here and there. But for using it as my main device, I truly had so many issues with that device in terms of battery that I wasn't super happy about it. And I did not leave the iPhone 12 series with a happy note. I still use the iPhone 12 for some videos, but I would not recommend using it as a main device. I would either, consider buying the previous generation of devices, which are the iPhone 11 Pro series, or I would recommend going up to the iPhone 13 Pro series or the 13 series in general. Those are much better devices than the iPhone 12 series in my, opinion. Before even this data leak thing, even if this data leak thing wasn't a big deal, I personally would recommend skipping the iPhone 12 series in general, mostly because of the battery issues. The battery issues in and of itself was the biggest problem within my iPhone 12, genre whenever I was using that device. But the fact that this specific device now has this problem on top of that, and the fact that the price tags of those iPhone 12s are not cheap, those are not cheap iPhones anymore. They are still fairly expensive, considering that the iPhone 12 and 13 mini are the same price. And between a 128GB iPhone 12 and the 128GB iPhone 13, there's only a $50 difference between those two. I would just recommend going up to an iPhone 13 at that point, and, going up, spending an extra $50, because you're going to be getting a much better performing machine in that specific standpoint than if you were to, go with an iPhone 12. So at this point, I would probably recommend skipping the iPhone 12 series in general as, now too. And I'd love to hear your opinion on it as well. Hit the like button if you guys enjoy the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.